All right, we did it. 10% body fat. We accomplished the goal. You did not see the video yesterday. I broke it all down. You can go back, take a look if you want. But we did hit our 10% body fat marker. We were 9% body fat on a couple of the markers that I use. I utilize a few different things, and then I take the average of those. And if you don't watch the nutrition video, I guess I can tell you right now what it is, right? So now let me just adjust that just so. All right, so I utilize the Navy standard for body weight, where you measure your waist, your neck, you enter your age, all that kind of stuff, height, and then it shoots out what it estimates your body fat at. And that thing's pretty close. The naval estimator is pretty close. And then I have the Hume Bod Pod scale that will give you your body weight and body fat percentage in a couple different ways. One way is overall body fat percentage with your subcutaneous fat and your visceral fat together. The other way is your body fat percentage with just your subcutaneous fat. So subcutaneous fat only, we are looking at 10.5% body fat and 12% body fat. Well, this morning it was 11.5. It took a 0.5% drop overnight, but 12% body fat when we were doing our calculations with visceral fat and everything mixed together. And then I wanted to double check and make sure I was as accurate as possible. So I've looked into this. To do a DEXA scan, I'd have to drive several hundred miles away, 2 hours away, do the scan, then 2 hours back. So a 4-hour drive each way. I will wind up doing a DEXA scan one day whenever I cut down more, but as of right now, I didn't want to do that. The other way is and that's the absolute most accurate. And then the other way is the Bod Pod, which is the second most accurate way to determine what your body fat percentage is. And that's where you get in this little pod. The DEXA scan actually does an X-ray type scan that looks at your bone density, your muscle mass, water, all that kind of stuff, utilizing the X-ray, right? Then the Bod Pod utilizes like a pressure type system where you get into this pod pressurizes, and then it can let you know what your body fat percentage is based off of the pressurization. And it's the second most accurate. Then there's also one that is a water displacement, which is very similar to the Bod Pod. It's not really used anymore. You don't see those hardly at all anymore. There are a few colleges around the United States that has them, but other than that, they're not utilized that much. Regardless, what I was trying to say here is the third most accurate is the in-body scan. And then the in-body scan uses electrical impedance, but it's an actual medical device that uses the impedance. So the impedance on the Hume scale is very close to the impedance on the in-bod scale, but the in-bod scale is more accurate just because of how it measures your body fat. Like if your arms aren't exactly right, so on and so forth, it'll basically say, hey, you got to reposition yourself, your feet aren't in the right spot, whatever it is, right? Everything has to be perfect or it doesn't work. Thumbs have to be on a certain spot, and it just gives you a much more accurate reading than any other impedance you can get. So it's the third most accurate way to tell what your body weight is. And a lot of gyms have these, a lot of doctors' offices have these, so they're easier to find and get. The Bod Pod runs around $80 to $90 to get that done. Again, that's a 2-hour trip away from me, 2 hour back, just to do that test. I didn't want to do that. DEXA, same thing, but it cost about $150 to do a DEXA scan. So to do the in-body scan, you're looking at about 20 bucks, all right, to get that done. So much better financially. It was a 3-minute drive from my house, so much better than having to, you know, drive for hours to get a scan done, and so on and so forth. So that is the route that I went. And then I took the in-body, the Hume scale, the Navy estimator, and I took an average across all three of those. And the average across all three of those was 10.1% body fat, which is what we're looking to do. Get to 10% body fat in the cut, start on the bulk, right? So that's where we are now, is 10% body fat yesterday. So the cut ended yesterday. Today we had a refeed day, and I just ate whatever I wanted. I counted my calories. I'm about 1,000 calories over maintenance right now, so I didn't do too terribly bad. I will be honest, I did have a bit of a binge at the donut shop this morning. I took my kids to get them some donuts and wound up eating 6 donuts. So a hell of a lot more donuts than I should have ate. And it was tasty and good though, and fun, and I really enjoyed it. And then for lunch I had a chicken joint that I really like. It's called Slim's Chicken. It's a lot like Zaxby's or Cane's, except for they flavor their batter that the chicken is in before they fry it, and their sauce tastes better, and it's just an all-around better product than those other products are. So anyway, I went and I grabbed one of those meals. I wound up doing the 5 for 5, where I got 5 strips and then 5 chicken wings, and I got the 5 chicken wings tossed in the mango habanero sauce, and that comes with French fries, toast, and 2 sauces. The sauces I chose were the Slim sauce. It's really good. It's basically the same thing as cane sauce or anything else, right? So had that, tore it up, and that surprisingly was like 1,200 calories for that meal. And that was not an overly huge meal, not a crazy meal, but man, it had a shit ton of calories in it. So then for lunch, or for dinner, I just simply had a homemade pizza. I did the Greek yogurt and flour dough trick to have a high protein crust, and I think it makes a phenomenal pizza crust, utilizing turkey pepperoni and lower calorie cheese. Not fat-free cheese, but reduced fat cheese. And then I had a bowl of Rice Krispies about an hour ago with a banana and honey and some almond milk. And so that was our pre-workout meal. And also had a ice cream cone earlier today, because I haven't had ice cream in a while and I wanted it. And so that's what we've had. That's what nutrition looks like today. So really excited to get in here, get a lift in, and you know, the interesting thing that I found is my body feels better than it has in a really long time now that I've eaten these carbs. Like, my abs feel better, the muscles are like fuller, larger, I can feel them, and they just feel better. My legs look more defined. So I'm going to be really excited to see what this pump looks like when we get in to the gym here in a minute and get to working out. I think we have opportunity for a really nasty pump today with the amount of carbohydrates that we've had throughout the day, and it's just absolutely more carbohydrates than I've had in a year and a half. I mean, honestly, we are really able to eat to a degree that is comfortable, and you know, not doing that for a year and a half, holy moly, it's just a whole nother world that I'm in right now. And I feel good, I feel excited, mentally I feel better, physically I feel better, and it's the first day, so I can't imagine what this is going to feel like by the end of the week. You know, I'm so super excited and stoked to find out what this is going to feel like. So what is our process is what we're going to do, right? Let's talk about that real quick. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go into a maintenance phase, and we're just going to eat at maintenance. I'm not going to do a reverse diet back up to maintenance. I did that before, and I don't think that it was that helpful when I was doing the reverse dieting. So I'm just going to go right into maintenance. I've done some research. I've looked this up to make a determination on what makes the most sense. And all the research I found says it really doesn't matter if you reverse diet back into your maintenance or if you just go straight into your maintenance. The biggest thing is you don't want to start just eating crap because you've ended your diet, and you don't want to eat over your maintenance because you've ended your diet. You want to stay at your maintenance calories. So that's what we're going to do. I believe my maintenance calories was 3,200, somewhere in that area. So that's where we're going to look to stay. We're going to see how long that sustains us, and if we're able to hold our weight at that, or see what our fluctuations look like. Really not weight, but body fat percentage. Are we able to hold our body fat percentage at that? And we just want to look to stay at maintenance for the next month. And basically the only reason I'm doing that is just to determine exactly where my maintenance is. If my weight starts to go up and I gain a pound or two, or a percentage or two of body fat, or a half a percentage of body fat or something like that, then it's going to be like, okay, well, maybe we need to back down the calories some. But let's say we lose a half a percent of body fat, right, over the next week or two. Okay, well, maybe we need to increase our calories just a little bit. And we just want to make sure that our calories are where they need to be before we start the bulk, and we add our calories on the bulk, because we want to add just a ever so slight amount of calories onto the bulk to bulk with. I'm not looking to do a bulk where I gain just an absolute ton of weight. That's not what my bulk, well, what I want my bulk to look like. What I want my bulk to look like is something around a 10% increase in calories over my maintenance calories. Just enough that I'm gaining about 1% body fat per month. Alright, so I can bulk for about 6 months and then cut down. A good 20-week bulk. That's the goal. And then a 8-week cut. Maybe a 12-week cut if we need it. But that's the goal, right? And then reestablish the next bulk and go into the next muscle building stage. But right now we've done it. We've entered into our muscle building stage, and it's time to do that. And so our focus nutritionally will be, 1, hitting our protein goal, number 1, every day. 2, making sure we hit our carbohydrate goal. And then 3, getting as close to our fat goal as we possibly can, right? That is the importance in which I'm going to approach my macronutrients. So, anyway, that's the theory, that's the goal, that's what we're doing. So everybody that's been following along, look, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. Everybody that's given me support, everybody that's, shot a comment out to me that, you can do this, keep on the grind, so on and so forth, that you believe in me. It was helpful, and it allowed me to have a tiny bit of extra motivation, and I really appreciate it to everybody that's been supported. Every time somebody watches a video, every time somebody just gives me a like or a thumbs up, it's always appreciated, and it's always helpful and rewarding to me. So just know that I notice and I appreciate you, even though I don't say that to you as much as I should. So I want everybody to understand that. And all the folks out there that have said, like, I've inspired them, or they were thinking about not going to the gym, and then they saw my video, they decided to go. That also fires me up as much as it fires you up, I bet. And it's just knowing that I made a positive impact on even one person out there is rewarding, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate you letting me know that I made that impact. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to everybody out there. I really appreciate every single one of y'all who watch these videos, support me, and are on the ride with me. Now, the goal now is going to be, let's build as much fucking muscle as we can, get as absolutely jacked as we can, and see what kind of physique we can build this starting structure into. I mean, right now, this is the starting structure, right? We cut for 1.5 years. We lifted the entire time we cut. We put on a little bit of muscle mass as we were going through the cut, because we lifted the whole time, because we were obese, all those things, right? It's not like we didn't do anything to support us, but now this is where the real work begins, where we're able to build up our body from what it is to what we want it to be. This is where we're really going to start seeing muscle hypertrophy taking place and taking hold. And so I'm just so super excited about it. Anybody wants to know what the one thing I learned from a year-long cut is? You have to embrace the process. It's not about going to the gym today only and like tomorrow I'm going to be jacked. It's about enjoying going to the gym every single day that you go to the gym. It's about on rest day feeling like you're missing out because you didn't go to the gym today. And really loving the process. It's about enjoying the egg whites because you have learned various recipes and ways to make them taste good and enjoyable so that you can sustain eating them on the regular basis over and over again to ensure that you meet your goals, right? It's about enjoying the fact that we've learned that we like Greek yogurt, that we like cottage cheese, that we enjoy trying to get protein into each and every meal to a large degree, so that when we eat, we're eating protein dominant meals, right? It's really about enjoying the entire process of everything, whether it's nutrition, taking a walk to get our cardio in, jumping on the treadmill, lifting weights, getting a good night's sleep. And on the nights that I didn't get good night's sleep, the next day I woke up stressed out because I knew, like, okay, I didn't get a good night's sleep. I didn't have as much fat loss throughout the night as I could have had. I didn't have as much muscle building activities, anabolic activities throughout the night as I could have had, right? And it's like you're looking like, well, okay, why did I not have a good night's sleep? What can I do to correct that? Let me turn the TV off. Let me do this. Let me do that. And it's because you love the process of building your body into what you want to build it into. And you know that to get to the point you need to get to, you need a good night's sleep. So you need to root out and determine what is affecting that so that you can hit that optimal standard of a good night's sleep, right? It's about just loving all of these things, right? And it's so poetic to me that I started this weight loss journey because my wife started a weight loss journey. And when she started her weight loss journey, it inspired me. And I said, I want to start mine. And went and I got my gym membership, and I was probably 2 weeks into it, right? And I was just trudging along, worried that I would not be able to be consistent at this, because in the past, going to the gym, consistency had always been the issue, unless like I was with a sports team in a group setting. And it was easy because you got all these guys that are cheering you on and fired up. If you miss a lifting session, there's accountability. You know, your players and stuff are like, where were you at? Why was you not here? Why did you miss that session? You know, there's an accountability that you don't get when you're doing it by yourself the way we're doing it now, right? And I stumbled on to Sam Sulik's YouTube channel doing cardio one day, and I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, I've always wanted to be a bodybuilder. I should start that now. I should start that process right now. And he says, I want you to give it all you got for 1 year and then come back and see me. And I heard that and I thought, I can fucking do a year. I can do a year. And, you know, Greg Doucette, who said, you got to love the process. You got to enjoy the process of bodybuilding, right? And hitting your nutrients and doing all the various things. And I heard Greg say, consistency is not about doing it perfectly every day. It's about showing up and doing something every day. And I took that to heart, right? And I took all of these various philosophies to heart, and I put them together until I had my own philosophy of hit the fucking gym as much as you can, only do recovery when you have to, go to failure on absolutely every set, be as intense as you can, then focus on form and execution after intensity. Select the exercises that you feel the most. Make sure you get your fucking cardio in, because it's good for your heart, it's good for your lifting, it's good for your dieting, good for everything all the way around. Cardio is just so super important. Get your sleep. Make sure you're sleeping. Optimize your nutrition and not take the supplements that optimize what you're trying to do. And after taking everything, all of that in together, wrapping it all up, putting it in a package, putting a little bow on it, and being out here doing it, you know, it's poetic that Sam wins his pro card the same day that I hit 10% body fat, and I get to go into my first bulk, because we both hit this milestone, and he doesn't even know I'm working towards it, right? But we both hit this milestone at the same time, on the same day. And you know, it's just meaningful, right? It's just meaningful. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know that that matters, but I'm rambling. It's been, what, 30 minutes? I'm still sitting here talking to y'all, and I think it's getting a little bit carried away. So let's go in here. Let's get this lift out of the way, and then we will do a Jeep talk on the way home, and hopefully that'll be a little bit quicker than this one. But if you can't tell, I'm super fired up. I'm super excited. And I am super grateful to everybody that was with me along the way and supporting me along the way on this trip. And to all the haters out there that didn't think I could do it or it would happen, well, haters gonna hate. That's all you can do. Because I'm making it fucking happen, and you're not. And that's why you're really mad. So anyway, I'm gonna get in here and get this lift. All right. Oof.
top in the runner up. Come on now, sign, hit the chalk up. Look like I drip out the bank, all this money. I'm just trying to fill my bottle up. Don't ask me no questions and no more interviews, cause I don't really like to talk much. Now they don't know how to speak, cause you ain't paying me enough to talk much. Not paying attention to tweets, cause if I look at them, I wanna also. On Instagram, pushing for lead, like you the first, but I've been bought one. Ain't posting no joke on the internet, but I be drinking codeine when the drop comes. She told me she from Puerto Rico, but after the head, I asked where the mouth from. I knew that I was the outcome. Asked me where I get my style from. Sugar cookies in the wild room. Trying to plug out in Taiwan. Northside where I come from. Cuban link on top of tennis, but the Cuban link is on the right. My niggas don't talking, they eyeing them niggas to see what they on. But that's no mind, what's up a style, let's wait it, I put that shit on. Pull up, I'm jumping, the top of the gun. Wrist, bliss, bitch, oh, bitch, need a bitch. I cannot stop it. Bobby was a lean. My right body sloppy. Smash nothing blocking. Smash nothing blocking. Smash off around. Or skirt the parade. A piece of like lean. I cannot stop it. Bobby was a lean. My right body sloppy. And they try to cop, they know they can't copy. Where you moving? If she ain't fucking with her on the blood list, you don't fuck her first night. Girl, stop. I don't like good bitches. They just not it. I only fuck with whores. I'm toxic.
Holy shit.
I'm thinking about putting on canoes. Walking through the crib like a dive bar. Shorty these two ladies that you try hard. Making moves with us, watch you die hard. This is what you get for, let's get you start. Come on baby, hop up in my car. This sensor told me that your door's ajar. I don't like these bitches brought up in my car. I'm thinking about putting no canards. Watch me treat the crib like a dive bar. She was too much, she said she tried hard. Watch you die hard. This is what you get for, let's get you start.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Fuck. It's red. Shoot that bitch up. All right. Oh, that's enough. That's a, all right. What we're gonna do, abs here in a second, but we're fixing the bulk. We need to take advantage. All right. Our arms are fucking pumped. All to goodness. Veins are popping. Just standing here. Oh yeah. All right. Whew. I think we finally got there. I just don't feel like using the 45 today, so we're just gonna do more. just remember, slow it down. You don't always have to have weight. Slow it down. Whew. Let's get cardio done. Oh, okay. Workout is complete. We are ready to hit the house and get our post-workout meal in. And man, it was a great workout. I'm gonna say probably about an 8 out of 10. I would rate it a little bit higher, but I forgot to do my tricep flexes whenever I was doing the pose down there at the end. That's really kind of disappointing because I got a really good pump on them, and then I just ignored them, and I was just so impressed with the bicep pump. So I got to I got to make sure I'm looking at everything whenever I am looking to see where I'm at. That is a lesson learned, but I think that's one of the things that you can definitely take from me and this channel and everything, is that this is not a experience where you should know everything. You should be learning as you go if you want to be a bodybuilder that is making progress on the daily basis. Because I could just say the bodybuilder that knows everything is probably not the absolute best source of anything. But that can go, I think that goes with any discipline in life. The person that's not willing to learn is often the know-it-all that doesn't actually know it all. So just keep that in mind. And if you watch the greats, they're always taking in what folks are saying and sometimes applying it, but always listening and taking it in and trying to understand the point of view of the person that's doing it. So anyway, the tricep kickbacks standing, that will humble you quickly, because you cannot do a lot of weight with that. Now you do the dumbbell tricep kickbacks where you jump on a bench you can do a lot. So I thought that was very interesting, that the cable variation where you're standing, the amount of weight you can do is very little. It's almost like I mean, honestly, it's worse than the side delt movement. But it was really good. The thing with kickbacks is you get a really good squeeze, but not a very good stretch on your tricep. And then with push downs, you get a really good squeeze and an okay stretch. Then with overhead, you get a really good stretch, but you don't get a great squeeze. So having some overhead movements, some push down movements, and then some kickback movements is more than likely optimal for the tricep, because you get the stretch and the squeeze, and then you get a variation that gives you a little bit of the stretch and a little bit of the squeeze with the rope push down. So that is an interesting way to do it. And whenever I decided to pump up, I wanted to try doing the overhead version for the pump up at the end, because the overhead version was found in a study, a singular study, so that's not, you know, the end all be all, but was found in a study, a very well designed, good study, to activate all portions of the triceps, all heads of the triceps, and to stimulate the same amount of growth amongst all heads. So, with that in mind, during the pump up phase, an overhead would theoretically pump up all heads of the tricep really well. So, did it feel good? Yeah, it felt really good. Did we get a good swole on it? Well, fuck, I don't know, because my dumb ass forgot to fucking do the pump check and got just laser focused on my biceps. I don't know why I did that in the during the pump check, but I sure enough did. So, lesson learned. Lesson learned. We can't harp on that forever. Gotta let it go. And then thinking of putting in some forearm movements again. I really did get some good definition, some good growth out of my forearms the last time I put some forearm movements in. So it might be good to put a little bit more forearm movements in. But also have been utilizing the lifting straps about half the time on back day to get forearm work. So a lot of folks argue that you don't need dedicated forearm movements if you're not utilizing lifting straps, because you're working on grip strength and forearm strength. And there's a lot of validity to that. Other folks say you should have a forearm movement and you should always utilize lifting straps, because the forearm strength will be a limiting factor in your back day lifts. And I'm trying to decide which train of thought I fall in. What makes sense to me and what makes sense for my body. And to understand that, trial and error is the best way to make that determination. So that's the process I'm going through right now. It's a little trial and error process of, you know, do I feel like the straps help? Well, my initial thoughts on this after doing it for about a month or so is that the straps definitely help you get a better back pump. And I really like that. They really help you focus on the muscles, because you're not worried about, oh, this is getting really hard to grip. I don't want this to slip. And that's a thought that you have, or that's a thought that I have sometimes when I'm doing pull downs and rows. Pullovers, not so much. Pullovers, I don't need straps for. Now, when I do my curls, I feel like I don't need a strap because I don't feel like my forearm is a limiting factor in holding the dumbbells or the barbells. Some folks utilize straps when they do their curls so that, you know, it's not a limiting factor. Now, as I progress in weight, maybe it'll become an issue where I feel like I need straps because it is a limiting factor at some point. But right now, I'm not lifting that heavy a weight when I do my bicep work. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. I think they're really good. I think straps are really good, especially on back day. I think that, you know, they could probably be overused a little bit. You could probably get a little bit dependent on the straps because it does feel good to have the strap on. Well, that sounded a little bit sexual, didn't it? Put the strap on. Have the strap on. But anyway, it feels good to have the strap on and to really fucking pound it with that strap on. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to do it. But it feels good just to, you know, get a good lift with the strap on because you don't have that fatigue that you would normally get without utilizing the strap on. So anyway, I think we are done for the night. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following along. If you're still watching this video, obviously you enjoyed it. Throw me a like, give me a follow, subscribe to the channel. Let's build a community here. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you are not already doing this, I need you to do me a big favor. And I need you to dominate in every single thing that you do inside and outside of the gym. Good night.